Hello, you lovely people. It's only me.
Yeah.
Again. Remember me from half an hour ago? Oh, let me see. Right, hello, my beauties. Very close up today because I'm sitting on a cushion. Not really. I'll start slowly sliding backwards into the chair in a minute, Madge. So we're just gonna have a little bit of idle chit chat at the moment. Bloody hell! Look at my spot.
Oh, it's like a carbuncle.
Yeah. Got a spot size of like my face. Chrissy, Garen, what's the word? Define all sorted. I doubt very much we are all sorted, to be fair. We're having a little mess around on the terror, which really is a tablet of terror today. Madge, God bless her. You know, she doesn't like change. See, I had all my positioning and everything. Sorted not long ago. But then I had to run to the toilet. And I've come back and I've lost all my positioning. Good evening, Mr. Fisher. How are you, my darling? And Julianne. Hello, Julianne. What's good with you, Misty? Not too bad from my little US of A friend. Got the beautiful Elaine in. She says, hello, Dee and Madge. Hope you're all right.
Hello.
We're all right. Don't know about the well bit. The gaffer's popped in now. Good evening, boss. True to form. We've even had a practice run today, boss, and still can't work it. How are you getting on? So I'm not even going to like officially start me warbling on. Right, hang on a minute, guys.
No, keep talking.
I'm going to keep talking, so I'm going to keep talking. Hello, gorgeous Wendy Woolley. How are you, beautiful? And give my love to your beautiful hubby, your good friend Aid. So now that we're on undergo or underway, I'm not sure about the watch party bit, but hey ho, I'll leave that up to Madge. I'd just like to say a massive thank you to tonight's show sponsors. If you saw the hand gestures that were going on, Madge is here. She's doing a lot of hand gesturing from the other sofa. Bless her, so that can only mean it's not going well. Is it going well, Madge?
Well, yeah, there's a but we don't know where it's going to. People are going to see it.
Okay. You hosted a watch party then?
It says Dee Kelly's video.
Yeah.
Watch party. Yeah.
It says
you can share this watch party with friends or a group.
Yes, you share with friends then?
Share. But it's.
Yeah, boss, you've got her number. Send her a little WhatsApp. See, I thought it was really just only like me. It was kind of like.
It's not straightforward.
Is it not really straightforward?
Oh no. The boss. The boss joined.
But what's he joined on?
I don't know. He can see you and.
Oh dear, poor Gaffer. I mean, not poor Gaffer, poor Madge. Yes. So anyway, I'm just going to ignore I'm going to ignore Madge for the time being. So, hey, you guys, it's Thursday. It's 7:05. And welcome to this week's Ask Auntie Dee, where my special guest, she's offering you're giving me like little panic attacks over here, Madge.
Just put a picture on it going.
Oh, let me just put. Oh, the boss has just put a picture on. Got me bad back, guys. That's better. Can you see me? John Cena does that. Did you know that?
Who?
See, Tony Fisher shared a watch party. Have you shared a watch party, Tony?
We've got an iPhone.
It's not even working on our iPhones, is it? Yes, so we've got loads of people in at the moment. Hello, Matt Bride. You all right, my darling? Matt Bride's watching over here. So massive hello to Jamie Taylor. The beautiful Christina. She's watching The Crown at the moment with our It is controversial, but our lovely ambassador Annette Badland's in it, isn't she?
True.
Yeah. Yes, so I mean, I was talking to the kids about that, to be fair, Chrissy, because, well, I weren't really. I was talking to my daughter. Yeah, she's one of my kids, isn't she?
Yeah.
I was talking to my daughter about it because obviously when you're stuck at the moment, you're sort of looking for things to watch. And I kind of don't know whether or not to watch The Crown. So maybe you guys could give me your opinion because I wouldn't say I'm a royalist.
You like the Queen, though.
But I really do like the Queen. I do. I like the Queen. And I don't know, it's kind of like, I don't know, let me know what you think. Do you think I should watch The Crown? The beautiful Heidi Anderson is in. Hello, ladies. Looking forward to tonight's guest, the beautiful India Willoughby. Yeah, you two led her astray at the Christmas ball, the year that she turned up the crystal ball. The crystal ball?
Crystal ball?
The crystal ball. That's a whole different show, isn't it? Oh no, that's the Crystal Maid.
Oh Lord, really?
The crystal ball, crystal maid. Crystal ball, that's what them people use, isn't it?
Yeah.
Fortune tellers, yeah.
Crystal maid's a whole different
Crystal maid's
thing.
is a whole different thing, and the crystal ball's a whole different thing.
Neither of which we have.
Yeah, I wish we did have one, honest to God, then we could just forward fast and say, no, that was complete car crash again. We don't half know how to rock it, don't we, Madge?
I know.
Yeah, so talking of which, I'm wearing my Jingle Balls t-shirt. Can you see? But I'm missing my top ball. There you go. Jingle balls, jingle all the way. Ho, 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 ho. Everyone here got their Christmas tree up. This beautiful, amazing t-shirt can be purchased by visiting ballstocancer.com. Anything can be purchased by visiting ballstocancer.com. They've got some lovely little gift sets and some amazing little knickknacks, and obviously every single thing that you purchase goes towards supporting the amazing, fantastic Balls to Cancer. There's a message here for you.
From?
Janice.
About what?
She says, hello, twat. Hope you're good.
I think she might be talking to you.
No, she calls me Twit.
Oh.
So well, she's actually just gone, she's singled out you on this occasion.
Rude, Janice.
I know, she is rude. See, let's Sue start a watch party today as well.
Well, maybe I'm just dumb.
See, maybe she's just
well,
dumb.
I've just gone onto this iPhone, whatever version this is, and it doesn't.
Oh, she's struggling, is Madge tonight. Do you know why Madge is struggling? Because I have run that woman ragged, haven't I, Madge?
Yeah.
For over a week. God bless her. She's been my absolute rock. What's
so
that?
There's the Balls Cancer Live, but there's no option to do a watch party down the bottom.
Okay. Just keep having a mess. Keep having a mess. Yeah, so she's seeing Balls to Cancer comments, but she's not seeing any other comments. So just excuse my beautiful little smiley face for the minute, guys, because I've just flicked on. I've gone onto another tab, so I can't see you all pulling faces at me at the moment. Say, why do they have to change stuff like this?
I don't know. I think we might need a face-to-face training.
Do you reckon we should? Do you think we should email or tweet that Zuckerberg fella?
Who? Oh,
Zuckerberg fella.
I'll tell him about himself.
Huh?
Tell him about himself.
Yeah, it's a bit like out of order, to be fair, isn't it?
Yeah, especially when you use it.
Yeah, I know, because obviously we reach so many people via our watch parties, and we've been struggling now for the past few weeks. I'm just going to have to give someone else. Right, so whoever's told me that they can host a watch party, I'm going to give you my ID next week and you can host one.
Yeah.
Yeah, innit? That solves that problem.
Or even if Sue did it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'll give someone. Yeah. When I say give someone, I mean,
I was just like,
I mean, give Sue. I ain't going to give it to no one else. Don't trust no one else. You could write anything. That's it. I mean, I didn't mean it like I don't trust yours, because of course I trust yours, but not with my password. Nah, because you know I get easily embarrassed and I know what you lot are like. The beautiful Kirsty Ward's in. Hello, Kirsty. You all right, my darling?
She's got her Jingle Balls t-shirt.
Who's got her Jingle Balls t-shirt? Oh, see, I haven't even got to that bit yet.
Oh. That's the bit I've come in at.
God, see, it's mad anyhow. You're on the same thing in the same house and just seeing a million different comments. Hello, ladies. How are you? Well, are you talking to us, Brian? No, I'm only joking. We are ladies. We're lovely ladies. And I'll tell you what, we've had a busy day as well today, haven't we, Madge? So I'm multitasking here. I'm advertising my Balls to Cancer mug that you guys can order by visiting ballstodancer.com, but I'm drinking out of my I'm Sexy and You Know It mug because I'm craven and there's not enough tea in the world at the moment to make me feel human. We've got the lovely Stevie Whitfield in. Hello, Stevie, who is on our winner spinner this week, isn't it?
He is indeed.
Now, obviously, the same as every week, we post clues from a Monday as to who could be this week's special guest. And my very special guest this weekend is the beautiful, gorgeous India Willoughby. So Stevie gets correct, along with a couple of others. So you're on our winner spinner this week, and you will have the chance to win a Balls to Cancer car air freshener.
Ooh. My car could do with one.
Madge's car could do with one, apparently. Don't know who she's having.
That you?
I don't know who she's having a dig at. Tony Fisher reckons he pressed the share button and posted Google phone, whatever that means.
No, we don't get them options.
We don't get them options. I think people are.
Heidi said Ryan will come and give us a tutorial.
A tutorial on what?
About how to do this.
Because, you know, Ryan works for Apple.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, sorry, there are other phone networks available out there for my daughter, just, you know, obviously dropping the name of one of them. Just ask Ryan. Thanks, Ryan. Just ask Ryan, does it work on an iPhone 7? Apparently not. Caitlin, I think, just shared a watch party, have you?
No.
Oh, she was showing Madge something on her phone, so I just presumed
it works,
she was showing.
But then it cut off from the new thing to your actual page, but there's no comments. You don't get to see it.
Oh, really weird.
We'll be over, Ryan.
yeah. We'll come visit you again, Ryan, and you can come down the stairs this time and say hello. Rude. No, that was shy.
Oh, was it? Oh.
Yeah, and his big box of breakfast. Does that feel like a lifetime ago? When did we do that visit?
Saturday.
Oh my God, was it only Saturday? When we surprised Heidi?
Yeah, Saturday.
Oh my days.
Nearly a week ago.
Flipping out. You lose all track of everything, don't you? The boss is now saying we can invite people to the group. Group. We've actually set up a group and we'll post it on the Balls to Cancer page called Ask Auntie Dee. So if you look for Ask Auntie Dee, join that group, and obviously it's to do with our Thursday Ask Auntie Dee.
We can invite people through it as well.
Yeah, we'll invite people through, but I don't want to miss any of you because you're all absolutely amazing and we love talking to you. So there you go. Chris is saying it's a brilliant watch. Oh, hello, Viv Jones from the Black Country. How are you, my darling? We've got Isabel Bates here. And I can see I can't see really because it's too small. I don't know if they're clapping hands or if she's going like this as if to say, oh no, the shame.
Probably the shame.
Do you think it's the hands that are going, oh no, it's the shame of it? Andy says, no, we only need one queen. And what's that mean? We only need one queen and our lines and she's not in the crown. What's that mean, Andy?
You probably.
I'm his duchess. I'll always be his duchess. I'll never be his queen. Andy's my queen. I know. The beautiful Cherie's in from Real. And we've got Karen Hodges. It's up. Yes, it's up a few weeks now.
Christmas tree.
The Christmas tree. Did I ask people if they've got the Christmas tree up?
I don't think you mentioned.
Did I mention Christmas trees?
Jingle balls.
Oh, because of my jingling balls. I get it. Well, I kind of don't really because I'm a little bit slow. Stevie Whitfield's car hums as well. So you never know, Stevie. You might be in line excuse me, to win one of the balls to cancer car air fresheners, and then your car will hum no more. Now I can see someone out of the corner of my eye who looks like she's having a rave, dancing away. So we're going to pull her up, pull her in now.
It's a little bit premature, but give me a minute to knock off Brother Beyond. I'm just
India.
Do you know what's? It's funny. Something's just happened. I've had a week of psychic activity.
Have you?
I've just been followed today. How random is this? I've been followed by Nathan, the lead singer of Brother Beyond.
Yes.
And I've been sat here for like half an hour on shuffle. Can be anything. And look what's just come up.
Oh my goodness.
And there's been other instances as well. Let me knock it off when I work this out.
Do you want to nip back off for a couple of minutes then?
You what, sorry, Duck?
You want to nip off for a couple of minutes? Are you all right?
No, I'm fine. I'm going to find the off button. Let's see.
That's what everyone in this group says about me every first time. They say we can't find the off button.
I think that's it. That's it.
It doesn't matter. We could always do a little bit of background music. Now, India Willoughby, you look absolutely fantastic.
Well, thank you. Do you know what? You got to dress up.
See, Madge has just sat over there. Madge is like me PA, and she's like, well, no one told us to dress up. Now, Madge, India did say yesterday, she was going to go all out, dress up, and even open a bottle of plonk. Now, she actually has.
No, you did also make a bottle of plonk tonight.
Now, I bought a bottle of plonk today, but obviously, I just haven't had the time to dress up. Well, this is actually me dressing up, India.
Oh, come on. I've seen you in your glad rags. You're a little Bobby Dazzler.
That's definitely. Oh, talking of which, see, India's getting in there. Tonight's show sponsors, Bobby Dazzler attire. Good on you, India. So, obviously, the first time I ever met you was at the Balls to Cancer Christmas Ball a couple of years ago. And it's like really weird because when you know someone like through social media and through like programs they've been on television and stuff, India, you have to be one of the shyest people I've ever met in my life.
Shyest?
Yeah, shy.
Do you think so? Was I really shy that night?
You were. I mean, I think obviously I suppose turning up at a hotel in Wolverhampton. It was probably completely out the norm, and you're probably like, "Oh God, I'm in Wolverhampton here now."
I loved it, Dee.
And I think you must have heard my voice about 2 floors away,
yes,
and just made your way towards my voice.
That's absolutely right.
And that was the first night I'd ever met you, and wasn't it a brilliant night?
Oh, do you know what? It was fantastic. Like you say, I just went by myself that night, but it was great. Just everybody's so friendly. And it's definitely one of my favourite nights out there because afterwards, after the do, I don't know if you know this, after the do, because there was 2 parts to the hotel, wasn't there?
There was.
And I know there was parties going on in your bedroom or in the adjoining rooms for most of the night. But all right, sorry. But there was actually a wedding downstairs. So when I walked in, this girl, it was so sweet because I'm not sort of used to this sort of stuff. I walked in and this girl in a wedding sort of, do said, "Oh, it's India, our big brother." So they all came round. So I had another little night out there. They were all buying me drinks all night.
See, this is the thing. Obviously, we've got Christina and Heidi here in like the room on the live. And that's what they're saying, because we were all making our way to an unofficial after party. And we're kind of like, hang on a minute, where's India gone? And where's Heidi and Chrissy? And the next thing you know, the next morning we found out there's a gate crash, someone's wedding party.
Correct. Sorry.
And they went in there and absolutely, they partied the night away. Honest to God. But fingers crossed, obviously, unfortunately, we've had to cancel this year's because of
gutted.
all the restrictions and everything.
Yeah.
But you know, would
But
you?
you're having it online, aren't you? You're doing something online?
I think we're gonna try and do a little something online. I think we're all just gonna, well, get drunk. Why not? We might
Yeah.
as well get drunk. So I will actually dress up for that. That's next weekend.
Well, this is what I'm thinking. I've got like party outfits, just cheap and cheerful high street stuff, but there's no opportunity to wear them, which is why I'm putting the bins out like this.
Paparazzi moment. But next year is obviously Balls to Cancer. It's their 10th birthday. So fingers crossed, we'll all get together and have a great. Here, Heidi's just put here. She's shy my ass.
Exactly. I was shocked when you said that. I'm definitely not shy.
And that's always my first impression of you. Was kind of like how shy you came across. But obviously, after knowing you for a while now, I completely know you're not.
Well, funnily enough, I like to be controversial now and again, and I just sort of speak. I'm a bit like you, Dee. I'm a bit like you, Dee. I tread on toes. And like, I love, obviously, the LGBT lot and trans people. I love them, but sometimes I'm just honest with them. If they're doing something silly, I just come out and say it. And I remember early on when I sort of first became known, somebody on Twitter, as an insult, called me. They said something like, "Who the F does she think she is? She thinks she's the Princess Di of tea." So there's maybe where the shyness bit comes in. I should be in the crown.
You see, and this is the thing. It's like, what I really, really like about you is that you don't, you're not afraid. A lot of people, I think, in kind of the media and like the limelight, shall we say, are actually really afraid to say what they really think.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And that's kind of like, and I do think, if you've got an opinion, own your opinion, because you are. I do. Who's like, with regards to ever since like lockdown and everything, you do like a lot of the Zooms on like this morning, or who have you ever kind of like come up against in like a debate that you've really kind of like thought, something, if I wasn't on live TV.
Oh God. Well, there's two people. You say that, and I feel like I'm going to let you down here. There are people I could mention, but I'll probably never work again. Sadly. Yeah, I'm not going to mention the names, but there are a few well-known people. Well, Dee, you know what it's like. Some of these people that are well-known, they're full of shit. Let's just be honest. They come across in everyone's living room as butter wouldn't melt and nicer than nice, but as soon as they're away from the studio, it's a different ballgame.
And that's the thing that got me, and I kind of at the moment won't name names either, but there was actually two people I think that I absolutely loved, and then when I met them in real life, because there's nothing more heartbreaking when you meet them and I'm like, you are vile.
Yeah. Do you know what I think? I actually think it's like, it's almost like a class thing. I think working class people, if you're from what I would call a sort of normal background, where you're brought up in a house and, your mum and dad go out to work and it's just, they work hard, they bring the money in, but it's like, it's not showbiz world, or it's not, you're not, you don't have many advantages in life if you're just ordinary. I think people like that, and they don't do it necessarily nastily, they just say it as it is.
And that's kind of like, and I do think at the end of the day, I think, if people are booking you for something, they know that they know what they're going to get. And that's what I say. It's kind of like, with you are very straight down the line. You just say it how it is. Do you know what I mean? And it's kind of like, there's still just so many bloody snowflakes out there, aren't there? We've got Andy on here. Now, Andy, I absolutely love Andy. He's away with the fairies, and I'm going to say that, but I absolutely love him to bits. And he's like, India blocked me on Twitter nearly 2 years ago.
You're joking?
I never did find out why.
Andy, don't feel left out. I had a look the other night, and I blocked 10,000 people.
What?
10,000. I think that might be a record. Imagine how many taps of the finger that is.
You can't imagine that many times.
So Andy, do not take it personally. Does Andy know why I banned him?
Well, again, he's put here. I never did find out why. I was gutted, but it wasn't me that said that, which means he did say something, India. Honest to God, you know what I mean? He's like,
well, if you can get a message to me, I'll unblock him.
There you go. You can get unblocked, Andy. I'd keep him blocked if I was you. But I'm like really weird because I think if I was to, I've probably only blocked probably about 5 people.
That's probably family.
Yeah, they're family. I only ever block my family.
I love it.
I love a good scrap on Twitter. I really do, and that's why. And that again goes back to what I'm saying. It's like if you've got something to say and you feel passionate about it, own it. And that's kind of like, I mean, I wear them down, I do, India, and I don't have to block them because, you know, the trolls, they give up after about 2 days and they're like, you know something, this one's like a dog chewing a wasp. She really is not going to stop.
I love a good Barney, and that's probably why I fancy Piers Morgan. You know, there's nothing sexier than having a good...
Do you actually fancy Piers Morgan?
Oh, I think he's very sexy. Absolutely. Do you not think there's something on about having a good Barney?
There is something about him, but I'd never have used the word sexy.
If you look now, if you look at younger pictures of Piers has a likeness, believe it or not, of Roger Moore.
No.
I know you're going to think that's like number 10.
That's what I said. Madge wants to know, is that drink strong? And Elaine wants to know, what's India drinking? And I think I've missed a couple of more. What is your favourite tipple?
Rosé at the moment. I like a nice sweet rosé.
See, we've just bought a nice rosé, haven't we? We've bought a nice rosé prosecco.
Yeah.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah.
This is why we need to catch up.
Exactly. And do you know what it is? I always buy it if it's in a nice bottle.
Yeah, that's the alcohol.
Yeah, I don't think it is the alcohol. It is like, but I'm a rosé kind of guy. Now, obviously, I'm not I'm a rosé kind of guy.
Are you on the flip? Are you on the change, Auntie Dee?
I didn't mean to just blurt it out, but obviously I'm going to say, like, just before Christmas, I'd like this to be called Ask Uncle D. It's
fabulous.
It's because I'm reading other people's comments. We've got Andrew McBride on. You might know him from Twitter. He's obsessed with Kylie Minogue. He's saying that he agrees with you. You don't fancy Piers Morgan, do you, McBride? And Elaine, she fancies him as well.
Yeah, a lot of people do. He won this year. He actually won. I think it was Heat magazine. He was secret crush of the year, number 1.
No, I can't see it.
You can't see it. I can tell by
No. But I love the way he's dealt with everything over. I think he's an absolute fantastic TV presenter.
7 a.m. He's on
brilliant.
TV.
He is. I mean, I'm never up as early as Madge. I normally catch him from 8:15, but she normally tunes in about 7 o'clock.
It's just a shame, though, Dee. See, like what you said earlier on, I love a good, passionate debate, and everyone's going at it hammers and tongues, and that's fine. And again, like you know, when that discussion or debate is over, well, that's it for me. You know, it's not like a grudge thing. You just sort of move on. But I think it's got tougher to be like that at the moment because there are too many people taking these debates where everyone's entitled to a different point of view, and they just take it personal. And there's also this extra layer now where you can be sacked. You can lose your job, your livelihood. People trawl through Twitter or Facebook or whatever, and they'll find something. God help me if ever I'm in this situation, and they'll find something from, I don't know, 2015 that you've said, which 5 years down the line makes you look at, a dreadful person.
But that's why I think, kind of like with regards to you and regards to myself, I think because we're not physically, what you'd say, employed by these TV stations, we can actually, and that's the thing, it's like, they will get people like specifically yourself on, because it's like to provide a different outlook on topics and stuff, because
that's a good point. I've never thought of it that way. You're right.
And I think that's why as well I get away, because no one could ever tell me what I can and can't post on my social media, because I'm Dee. Do you know what I'm saying? It's like I'm Dee. I'm not employed by BBC. I'm not employed by ITV. Do you know what I'm saying? It's like, so I will say what I want when I want to.
Good. But I never thought of it that way. So probably a lot of these people that work in TV that I always think are like really, they're nice people, but I think you haven't really got much to say. Your opinions are a bit bland. To be fair to them, they might probably agree with the likes of me and you and a lot of this stuff, but they just can't say it because they'll get the sack.
Exactly. So apart from obviously doing like the sort of like the debating bits on like the TV and that, what's lockdown been like for you then, India? Have you been keeping all right?
Yeah. Do you know what? I haven't really bothered too much. It hasn't really affected me. I quite like my own company. I can get by. I've got friends who literally having people around them is like oxygen. And if they're not in a group or they're not going somewhere or meeting something, they get really twitchy and anxious. So it's tough for them, but I'd be fine. I'm somebody like, if I ended up in a desert island, as long as I survived the crash and I had all my limbs and what have you, I'd be all right. Oh, and a chicken. I'd like a chicken. I wouldn't eat the chicken. I'd just live on eggs all day. But,
I love eggs.
But I could get by with my own company. So lockdown's been fine. What I do is I live in Newcastle. That's what I class as home. But because TV stuff has always been in London, I've got a place down there that I rent, which is in a lovely spot. But to be honest, I'm actually in a bit of a dilemma at the moment, Auntie Dee. Maybe you could give me some agony aunt advice here, Auntie Dee.
Tell me all about it.
So I've got this place in London, which, it's like, I don't know, it's about £1,000 a month. But it's always washed its face, paid its way because of the TV work down there. But there's not as much TV work. And what I'm doing now is, even on, professional TV, I could be anywhere in Britain. Exactly. I could be like this. Exactly. So I'm thinking, why have I got this place in London running when I've got a place in Newcastle that
I'd just rent it out? But you know something? What I'd do is I'd actually add a couple of £100 on, because your place in London, you've got some pretty amazing neighbours down there, haven't you?
I have. Do you know what? I fell on my feet. I couldn't believe it because I just went on Spare Room, like bog standard to rent somewhere. Anyway, I live on the same street. I've got Ricky Gervais, who lives there. See him nearly every day, walking down Flask Walk, and it's like, hi, India. It's like, can you remember a program called Stella Street?
Stella Street? No, I don't remember that
on
one.
BBC Two. It was like this comedy half hour on BBC Two, where it was this fictional street, and they had like people impersonating Mick Jagger ran the corner shop, and Jimmy Hill would be out cutting his edge, but there were people imitating them. It was this pretend street where everybody was a celeb. Well, that's where I live. I can't believe it. I landed on my feet though. I live in a museum.
See, I'm on about because you live near Boy George as well, don't you?
Boy George, I've been for coffee with Boy George, one of my idols.
And that's what I'm saying. He's absolutely one of mine too.
Yeah.
And I think that's like we were doing something, and you're like, "Oh, I live next door to him." I'm like, "What do you mean? He lives next door to Toy Story?"
His house is amazing. He lives in this. It's like a Gothic monastery, which just goes. Oh, it's as big as a cathedral. I kid you not. But Boy George himself is totally down to earth.
See, not being stalked or anything here, India.
No. Funny, the first time I booked,
she's sitting over here and she's like, "Well, I love India's sitting room with her lovely silver sofa."
Yeah. Oh, I've had so many comments about them sofas. But it's like a bit like Marmite. People either love them or hate them. I've had comments like, "Who does India think she is with her fucking B&M furniture?"
India's keeping it real, and she's real like every single one of us with shopping in B&M. That's why I absolutely love her. Honest to God.
Why would you pay thousands for something when you get something that looks identical, does the same job? Why? You wouldn't.
Exactly. That's why I absolutely, totally love you. I really do. So what's next for our India then, eh?
What's next?
Yeah,
I don't know. I was going to be doing something with the BBC in October, which would have seen me through Christmas. God, I'm just edging by at the moment. And that was going to be, actually, I was in two minds, but it was a wage. Do you know what I mean? It was payment. It sounded a lot like the Big Brother premise. And I love Big Brother like you.
Yeah.
But it was almost identical to the year that I did it. And I did the worst year ever. They were all like boring buggers, all intellectual. And
that's what I was going to say. It's kind of like, who was the worst person in that house with you?
Oh, well, the worst person, I would actually put Boris's sister, Rachel.
Really? No,
Yeah.
I've met Rachel a couple of times, and I thought she was lovely.
I thought she was lovely as well. You know what we were talking about earlier on?
Yes. Wow.
She's like that, honestly. She's like Boris. Boris, if you look at Boris is where he is because initially he came out and he was able to charm the country and he was all jokey and everyone thought he was cuddly and friendly and all that. But actually there's another side to Boris, and it's the same with the sister. So I think
sorry, go on.
She was the worst because, well, it's an old story, but I'm going to tell it again. Obviously, it was the year of the woman, and it had been in all the mags for weeks about who was going. You know what it's like. They all know weeks in advance who's actually going in. So everybody knew. And then it was I think I went in fourth, and Rachel and Anne Widdecombe were already in there. So I went down the steps, and the first question they asked, you know, when everyone says like, "Hi," ooh, and all this sort of stuff, their first question was, "Do you speak Latin?" And I was thinking, what's going on here? And but what they were doing, they were marking out the people who'd been to public school and the people who'd been the private school, and the ones who'd been to private school, they were having, which they never showed on air, they were having like secret conversations in Latin, you know, plotting and manipulating. And then obviously they started.
Because our house was full of people and we couldn't even speak English, you know.
But you had a great house. They were all boring buggers in my house. And then obviously, you know, she started calling me he and him every 10 minutes and what have you. So she was the big no-no for me.
Yeah. And see, and this is the thing, it's kind of like, I think, you know, not taking anything away from like, you know, Year of the Woman and stuff, but I think it was the worst thing they could have ever done was a celebrity Big Brother just concentrating on Year of the Woman. It's like, you know, you can still have a completely mixed house and just celebrate it as a year. Do you know what I mean? It's like
I think it would have been a lot better if it was like previous years. They should just put the guys in at the same time as the women, and you have that mix. because I know, and obviously I'm just being honest here. This has been like a little bit of an education for me in the last 5 or 6 years. But like, women are bitches, you know, just a group of women together, having lived both sides of the fence. I can tell you that, you know, like a group of men, even if 2 guys didn't get on, they'd be open about it. They would literally say, look, I don't like what you said there. Stay out my way. You know, it would all be clear what was going on. Whereas with women...
And we've got someone here who said Rachel was obviously just jealous because you were a better journalist than she was.
This is true.
And
This
we've got
is true.
Teresa here as well, because this is what I can't understand. Teresa's put here, Rachel ignored the Big Brother's bit on the side, audience members. And that's what I can't understand, you know. And that's how someone that I absolutely looked up to, obviously I'm not going to name him, I will do in my book. I preferred bit on the side than a whole of like Big Brother, because the atmosphere and the people in the audience, I mean, I'm great friends with still loads of people from the box. I really am. And it's kind of like, and he was like mortified. He was like, he'd slap a smile on his face and he's like, oh my God, they're talking to me. They're talking to me. I'm like, well, what? They're talking to you. Do you know what? He hated members of the public. He really, really did. And I was absolutely shocked. I really are.
And that's the best bit, isn't it? I think, you know, I like to, even though I've said I can survive in a desert island by myself. I love good company, you know, just like love and warmth and all that sort of thing. And what you've just said there about bit on the side, I totally agree. That was such a family. Obviously, you had a lot of people who were regular, and you know, Big Brother meant so much.
Yeah.
To those people that would turn in and out. Because on the last night, I actually took a couple of boxes of chocolates, and I just went in and, you know, gave everyone a sweet.
I'm telling you, honest to God, everyone's telling me to spill the beans now. I will eventually, but I'll wait for the time being. Give me a couple of weeks, but I was shocked, absolutely shocked. You what, Madge?
Elaine wants to know, would either of you do I'm a Celeb?
Oh, would you do I'm a Celeb? Get me out of here.
Definitely. I'm waiting for them to ask.
Really?
Yeah, would you not do it?
No.
Oh, come on, Dee.
No.
It'd be great.
You've had worse things in.
Why? Tell me why. What is it? Would you not do it because of the food? Would you not do it because of the challenges?
Madge is so rude. She says, come on now, you've had worse things than a witchetty grub in your mouth. But she's so rude. Do you know what it is? I kind of like, I'm scared of everything, can't I? It's like, I can't, like flies, air fresheners when they go, you know, like that. And everything. I'm scared of heights. I'm scared of flying. So I'd never actually even get on the plane.
Flying is on with Wales.
I was in Wales.
Yeah, you've been all right this year. Just down the road.
See, I probably would have been all right this year. So this year would have been a great year for them to have got me in there. But, I don't know. No, I couldn't.
So if you had to do another one then, Dee, you can do anything like Strictly or MasterChef. What, you know, one of these celebrity sort of spin-off things. What would you do?
Oh, what would I? Do you know? I'd love to do either the Bake Off or MasterChef.
Bake Off.
I could see you doing Bake Off.
Yeah, because I love baking, but I'd struggle at the masterpiece because I'm like, to me, a cake's a cake. Do you know what I mean? It's like, there's no need to like pop loads of like stuff on it and make it look like a house or something. But I do bake. But MasterChef, I think, would be mine because Heidi, Naked Attraction.
Oh no,
I could do Naked Attraction.
Naked Attraction. Well, I've got a story there. When I came out of Big Brother, they were doing this Stand Up to Cancer thing on Channel 4, and they had like various programs going on, but they were all in aid of Stand Up for Cancer. And they got in touch with my agent at the time, and they were going to be doing Celebrity. naked attraction, and they wanted to know if I would do it. And it's my guilty pleasure. I watched it. Did you watch it this week when that poor guy saw 6 women for the first time?
No,
yeah.
yeah, Madge said she watched it. God
It was
bless.
a scream.
He was a virgin, wasn't he? He was a virgin.
Yeah. He had to stop filming. He had to stop filming and have a moment. Can you just give me 5 minutes? I'll be back.
Can you imagine that? God bless him, a young fella, you know, a complete virgin, and then all of a sudden he's faced with like 6 vaginas. I know, like, there'd be quite a few people who'd be rushing in to get in there, but oh, yeah, honest to God. But yeah, I think the circle would be a good one as well, Teresa. I kind of like the circle.
Circle, yeah.
Yeah,
That's a
if you
good
go on the
shout.
circle, would you go on as yourself or someone else?
Ooh, what would I do? I think I'd go on as someone else. You know, just for the fun of it. Yeah, I think so. That would be, yeah. I'd probably go on. But I'd probably just be trying to be controversial. So I'd go on. I'd probably go on. I'd probably go on as a bloke. Yeah, I'd have to think about it. But yeah, that's what I would do. Why would you be yourself?
I think I'd be myself, yeah, because I just know everyone would love me anyway.
Oh,
I think I could get away with it because for 5 years before I actually went sort of public and what have you, I had this weird double life where I'd split, you know, I had literally 2 secret lives in real life, not behind a keyboard, in real life. So I was like working 5 days a week in Newcastle as somebody called Joanne Charles, just like an anonymous name. But it was like a regular job, 9 to 5. And then on the weekend, I was going home, you know, in Carlisle, which is an hour or so away, to be my own, to be who I was at the time.
Yeah.
Jonathan. So I'm used to, at that point, I was able to like sort of flip back and forth. I couldn't do it now, but.
So is India Willoughby finally happy?
Oh, are we ever really happy? Do you know what? Actually, it's a good question, Dee. I'm definitely, compared to the first half of my life, I could have won the pools in the first half of my life or the lottery and what have you. And there would have always been a big chunk of me that was unhappy. Because if you're not being yourself, you know, you could have like a big flash house or a car and holidays and all that sort of thing. But what's the point? You know, if you're not being yourself and being real, then you can't really enjoy it. Whereas now, this is absolutely right for me. I don't even, all the trauma and all the conflict that was buzzing in my head since I was a kid, literally just went like that. So in that sense, happy, definitely. You know, there's nothing more valuable than being yourself. And that's what I say to anyone out there, wherever your situation, doesn't have to be trans, you know, it can be like sexuality, or even if you're in, you know, like a straight regular relationship, if you're not happy and you're just going through the motions because you think it's going to be easier, that's not going to make you happy.
That's what I'm saying. Just don't do it. And that's what I'm saying. And it's kind of like, you know, it does just bring it to you. And at the end of the day, it's kind of like, you know, sometimes it is hard. It's hard for people in different circumstances. But it's kind of like, you know, at the end of the day, sometimes you've just got to sort of suck it up and just do what's best for you.
Yeah, exactly. And jobs is another one. You know, I've got a good friend who about 15 years or so ago, he had a steady job. He was working in insurance and he was doing all right. You know, it was paying the bills and he had a mortgage and all that sort of stuff. But he was bored and he was just like, just killing him inside. And he jacked it in. He went away to train to be a teacher and he got a job actually in Asda where he was working, you know, on the night shift. To fund him, because obviously you've still got to pay the bills and what have you. So he swapped his like sort of quite posh insurance job for this job working in Asda, he was as happy as Larry because he'd let go. He was terrified at the time because he'd done it since he'd left school. But once he'd let go, that was the scary bit, off he went. And now he's a teacher and he loves this job. Doesn't feel like he's at work.
Oh, God bless you. Well, India, obviously, I could just talk to you for like forever. I really, really could. But on this note now, I'd just like to say thank you so much for supporting us all here at Balls to Cancer.
It's a pleasure. It's my favourite charity. If I ever get on the chase, where's it gone? Just in case Bradley's tuned in at the moment, Balls to Cancer will be my chosen charity.
God bless you. And we really do appreciate that. And India, fingers crossed, if I don't see you before, we will see you in November 2021 for the Balls to Cancer 10th birthday ball.
Yeah, fantastic. Honestly, I'm being absolutely genuine here. Do not forget me because I definitely want to go again. It was such a blast.
We will never forget you. So,
and I promise not to be shy.
Oh, bless you. Listen, we will catch up with you soon. Love you always. God bless you. And we'll see you soon, my darling. Bye.
See you now.
Oh, how beautiful. She is. And I tell you, maybe it was just the first time of meeting me, because sometimes people say when they first meet me, I mean, that they're kind of
say starstruck.
No, not starstruck, you idiot. Scared of me. Yes, I'm like, sometimes do I kind of look aggressive, or would people think like, oh, you know, because remember, like, even when we was talking to Ricky and David were saying, he said, oh, when we knew you were going in, we thought, oh, shit, you know what I mean? They're like, I swore, sorry, Madge. She's giving me daggers from over there. Yes, so there you go, the beautiful India. She's lovely. She's absolutely lovely, and she's Balls to Cancer are scared of me, so you should be. I wish my kids were scared of me, that's all I can say. Yeah, so there you go, guys, and I must apologise to everyone, because obviously when me and India start chatting, we just don't, oh, bloody hell. I never asked her about a cob.
Oh.
Do you know, you lot, you need to like, well, you're in charge of the bloody tablet.
I'm not in charge of that. I'm not in charge of the cob.
No, you're not in the car.
We went down the I'm a celebrity question route.
You just sat back like, you know, like you didn't have
I was enjoying it. I like listening even in
she's
the morning.
sitting like, Maggie's sitting back over there, like, you know, like she's just tuned in for a live, you know, completely forgetting she's got a PA job to do.
Right, well, leading into my PA job and the discussion of I'm a celebrity.
Yeah.
So I was contacted after last week's show.
What do you mean you were contacted? Who contacted you after my show?
Well, mind your business.
Yeah.
So obviously the I'm a Celebrity thing started on Sunday.
Yeah.
And someone, Janice Carter.
Yeah.
Thank you, Janice. Has pledged, if Dee does a little challenge now.
And taking the mic.
She is going to pledge £100 to Balls to Cancer.
Oh my God, Janice Carter. Oh
so
my
I got in touch with the boss.
You got in touch with the boss behind my back. The boss knows.
The boss knows.
No, what are you gonna make me do?
A child knows because he can't hold his water. So I'm going to come shimmy beside you. So everybody,
Gerard, what are you on about? What have you got in that box?
As I'm a Celebrity started, and they have to eat nastiness.
I'm not touching that.
So I'm going to come in.
No,
nastiness.
What is in that box? So hang on a minute. So Janice has pledged £100 to Balls to Cancer.
Yeah.
And everyone's been in this. Even my girl child, not my boy child, because he'd tell me.
Yeah.
He's loyal to his mother.
No, he just can't hold his water.
Oh, that stinks.
It doesn't stink. I haven't opened it.
Oh my God. When are you going to make me? Am I going to get sick? Oh my God, no.
So,
the little jars of chili.
Challenge, everybody. Can you see?
Oh my God.
So Dee's favourite thing in the world is non-hot food. So I've even
Oh,
brought
Danny
teaspoons
boy.
from my house.
Yeah, Jean's here going, oh, Danny boy, the pipes are calling. They'll certainly, I'll be calling Dinah up to my pipes tomorrow.
I did tell the girl trying to get toilet paper in and a glass of milk. So, Janice, thank you very, very much. So just to go through the ones we have the lovely Carolina Reaper.
A Carolina Reaper, that's a hot one.
We have chili, Mama mustard chili puree. We have a ghost chili, which obviously then leads on to the scorpion Scotch bonnet. My fave.
I am going to pass away, Gerard.
All right, Godson, you can
I've got,
come live with me.
I've got my little son over there, God bless him, saying, don't do it, Mum, you're going to pass away. I've got my daughter who's handed me toilet roll and a glass of milk. £100.
Yes, you can't really back out.
Does anyone love me enough to bid 110 to make me not?
Yeah, if anybody wants to add to it, to do it, to more.
No, I don't love you, Janice Carter. Let me smell that.
My favourite
Oh!
Oh, yummy, yummy.
Oh, that stinks.
I know whose house these are coming to after.
No, you can't give me a lot. You're mad.
That's why I brought little teaspoons from mine.
I'm not having a teaspoon. I'll die. I will actually die.
So this is the Carolina Reaper first.
Oh, my supportive son's now got his mobile phone on video record straight in my face.
So this is what we've got. Bit of Carolina Reaper. So here we go with the first one.
I'm coming.
Down the hatch.
Give me that.
I want it all gone.
Go. That's a lot.
Down
That's a
the hatch.
lot.
That's not a lot.
That
Down
is
the
a
hatch.
lot.
Put it in your
Come
mouth.
on. I'm going to get sick, Jared. I'm going to get
You're
sick.
not. Come on. You've had worse things. Go. Out.
All of it.
Thank
my
you.
God.
One gone. Swallow.
Oh,
Swallow. Swallow.
I can't do another one.
Built. So now we've got the mama mustard, which
I
which I know is hot, so I'll only give you an
I
inchy bit of this. Come on, it's all for a charity for Boston Cancer. Come on. Oh, come on. Choo, 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 choo. Oh. Choo, choo,
My
choo,
teeth
choo,
are burning.
Oh.
Oh, fuck.
Oh.
Sorry.
Language.
We'll give me it.
That one is.
No, my mouth.
So now we have-
Get me nice now. No, get me nice now.
The milk.
No, can't. Oh, throat. Oh,
Yeah, we'll only put a touch on that.
I can't. Oh, my lip. I can't feel my mouth. I can't.
Dramatic.
50 quid, Janice. I
No,
can't.
come on.
No, I can't.
You can. There's only two
I
more.
can't.
You'll be all right.
I can't. I can't. My mouth is
It's because you've had a drink.
It's not.
How about you do it, Adrina?
Well, I just do it because they don't bother me.
50 quid.
50 quid.
Mm.
Jonas has pledged already.
I did half.
Right, yeah.
Oh, shit.
I've done the yummy. That's my favourite. The ghost pepper chili. Oh god, there's all stuff all over my hands. All right, we don't need to hear you slurp.
No, I can't, yeah.
And then the last one is the scorpion chili. I'll just do it.
I've been with that.
Raw. Smell that.
I can't.
Smell it. Smell it.
Open that for me, son.
So I'm doing this one. Done. She did two and I did two. Oh, yum yum, they're nice.
Bye.
Thanks very much, Janice.
Oh.
Bye.